When you find a man who has a relationship with God, his soul is always seeking and pursuing after God. Anytime the desire, the hunger to seek after God begins to die, your intimacy with God has been affected. In fact, it's an indicator that you are no longer walking in a deep experience with God. Philippians chapter 3 verse 10. Look at the burden of the Apostle Paul. His burden was not to be popular. His burden was not for to be the biggest apostle in this generation. He said that I may know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his suffering, be made conformable unto his death, that I may know him. The guy wanted to partake with Christ even in his death. I want to experience every dimension of Jesus. So it's a heart posture. When you find a man who is intimate with God, the heart is always seeking God. Not because God is lost, but because he never has enough of God. The more he experiences God, the more he wants to experience God. And God told us that is the formula of having a walk with him. In Jeremiah 29 verse 13, he said, and you shall seek me and find me when you shall seek me with all your heart. So you see that you are in a place where your heart is all out for God. You can't rest. You never get to that point where you are satisfied. This is why you know people who are on fire for God based on their pursuit, rugged and passionate pursuit of God. I remember when we began to encounter God, my goodness, we could attend spiritual program from Monday to Monday, from Sunday to Sunday. We were never tired. If you like, preach for 10 hours. We are there. Every scripture you open, it enters our soul like honey. Because the heart is seeking more. The heart is sick. This is what God condemned the church in Ephesus for. He said, you are doing a lot of exploit. He said, but you have forgotten your first love. That desire, that seeking heart posture has gone. You are now after preaching. You are now after popularity. You are now after blessing. He said, you've lost it. If you find an intimate man, he always desires and yearns for more of God. In Proverbs 8:17, he said, I love them that love me. He said, and those that seek me early shall find me. So the first indicator that you have an intimate walk with God is that your heart burns for God. There is always a desire to seek him, to know him more. When that desire becomes numb, know that your walk with God is under attack.